Hi there, my name's Darren Stoddart and I am very concerned about Roseway Manor, and I do not want to see it go for profit. This group is about it not wanting to go for profit for several reasons. I'd like to start out with a quote. There have been countless studies that have shown fairly consistently that for-profit homes have poorer outcomes. And this was said by Dr. Peter Tanis-Putro, a public health and preventative medicine specialist in Ottawa who conducts quantitative research on aging and the end of life at the Institute for Clinical Evaluative Sciences. And you can look him up. You can look up Dr. Peter Tanis-Putro. I did myself. He's a very well certified doctor. He has multiple degrees from University of Toronto. And I got that quote from The Star, which I will add a link to that article below, which has a lot of overwhelming evidence that we as a society in Canada, and especially in rural areas, need to make sure that we are moving away from for-profit long-term care. So what's the difference between for-profit and not-for-profit? It's simple. Any surplus funds that come from the government will be given to shareholders if we go for profit. Any extra money goes to shareholders. It goes to the people who invested in the company. None of it will go to services. If we stay not for profit, all surplus money goes to services. And that is a huge issue. It has to go to the services. If you want the best care for seniors, you absolutely must make sure all surplus money goes towards services. And what could this mean? This could mean Roseway Manor, who now has a van for the residents, will likely be gone. That will no longer be an option. They will be stuck in the manor and they will not be able to enjoy public activities that they can now. And that's a huge issue. We don't want to see that van go. A lot of these residents have mobility issues, and that van is the only way they can leave that facility. And also, some do not have family members who can take them to the events they want to attend. So that would be a huge disservice to the residents. Oftentimes there's a limit on pads for the beds. So if you use too many pads, you could be charged a fee if you go over your quota, so to speak. So we don't want that. We want residents being comfortable and never being limited in the services or pads that they need in their bed if they are unable to get to the bathroom in a timely manner. So the worry for this group is that there's going to be less services and less community involvement. And at the end of the day, shareholders invest for one reason. They care for profit. They only care about profit. They don't know your aunt or your grandmother or your sister or your mother or your wife who is in Roseway Manor. So that's an important thing to consider, that this takes away the voice of the community. There'll no longer be a community board. That will be gone. They don't have to listen to the community at all if they don't want to. It's up to them. If they decide they want to, they can, but they do not have to at all. Local donations will be a thing of the past. It's been proven that people do not donate to for-profit organizations for obvious reasons. I certainly don't donate my money to Pepsi or to the Irvings. They have enough money. So that is also a huge downside if somebody was to pass away with some wealth that would like to leave it to the manor. They probably wouldn't anymore. So A new manor's needed. We all know that. 3 governments have promised to bring us a new manor. None have yet. I really think that it's going to take a lot of pressure from our community to ensure that that goes forward. And a community board will have the ability to put pressure on the government to see this through. If we are no longer permitted to have a board, which right now we're not, the residents at the manor will continue to suffer. They will continue to live in third world situations with 4 residents sharing 1 bathroom. There's been mold problems, leaking problems. The rooms are too small to move people properly, especially those with mobility issues. We don't want that. We need a new manor. If you do not believe me, please contact administration and ask for a tour, and you can see for yourself the issues that are there. The food issue is also a big one, that they have to eat the same food as the hospital. It's probably the only long-term care facility in Nova Scotia that if you want a piece of bacon, you can't get it from the kitchen, because the kitchen serves both facilities, and that's not ideal. So I bet you're wondering, who do I need to speak to about this? This is definitely a problem. Who do I need to speak to? You need to speak to your counselors, especially if you live in Shelburne County. Okay, so counselors for our municipality of Shelburne are Sherry Thorburn Irvin. She was the only one that actually voted against this. She does not want for profit either, and I applaud her on that. However, Anthony Gosby, Heidi Wagner, Ron Cool, and Dale Richardson all support for-profit, and they want it to be for-profit. From my understanding, is because they no longer want to provide counselors to the board. However, that's a simple fix. All they have to do is change the bylaw to a community board, and that will be changed. Stroke of a pen is all it would really take. And they've argued that the community interest isn't there. However, I myself tried to join the board and I was denied, and I am a member of the community. So that's really not making a lot of sense. From the town of Lockport, which all their votes count as well, Dale Eshelby, who is the sitting chair, I believe, actually voted to keep it nonprofit. So Dale, thank you for that. All other councillors voted for profit. So that is Don Dominguez Taylor, Kent Baelish, Mary Marr, and Corey Nickerson. So please contact any of the people I named if you want to keep Roseway Manor nonprofit. With Shelburne Town Council, Rick Davis and Sheldon Ringer were the 2 who voted to keep it non-profit. Ben Nickerson, Harold Locke, and Elizabeth Acker all want it to go for profit. So right now, that's 1 vote could swing that council. So if you live in the town of Shelburne, please, I urge you to contact Ben, Elizabeth, or Harold, and make sure they're aware of the situation, and maybe they're missing some information. I want to be very clear on this. If you're going to contact any of the counselors, please do it in a respectful manner. They're not paid a lot of money for their position, and they're trying to do their best for their community. So please treat them with respect. It's very important that we treat everybody with dignity. And I know emotions can be high, especially when this involves your family and people you love. But yeah, you need to stay respectful at all times. And that's the only way we're going to get any progress, is to stay respectful. We don't want anybody feeling like their back is up against the wall. I am kind of upset with all three organizations in that they did not inform the CUPE members, the workers, the staff, the family members, or the residents about these changes. They just went ahead and voted how they want it. And I think that's a really poor way to do business. I think you need to face those people and talk to them. And consultation is the only way to make decisions in any form of government. This is these people's lives in their home, and to not consult them and people's, it's their living. So I really believe the staff and the residents and families of residents, present and past, both deserve a voice in this. Lastly, all residents of Shelburne County are affected. 50% of staff and residents are from the municipality of Barrington. So if you're from Barrington, please don't assume this has nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with you. It's highly likely that you are going to have a family member at Roseway Manor sooner than later. And if we don't stand up now, we are abandoning the staff and the residents of Roseway Manor. Ontario is a cautionary tale that we need to follow and we need to pay attention to. We do not want negligence happening in our long-term care homes. And it's a reality. And it's a reality that the worst ones are the for-profit ones. So again, if you're upset about this, you want to see change, please come to our meeting on April 30th, Saturday, April 30th at 2 p.m. at the Shelburne Community Hall, Community Center, which is now the Fire Hall, same place across from Scotia Lunch. We'd be very happy to see everybody show up. Please talk to your counselors, whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email. In my experience, emails often do not get answered. So you may want to send an email every day, a phone call, or arrange to see them face to face to discuss this. If you see them on the street, I recommend discussing this. But again, be respectful at all times. Do not be apprehensive. That is not what this is about. Please like and share this video if you agree and you are concerned. And I'm really hoping to see a lot of people out in support. And we can go from there. I hope to see every counselor there that I mentioned, whether they voted for or against, so they can get more information and we can finally get that consultation piece from family members. I'm feeling very, very positive about this meeting. I've had many people reach out to me, and I actually have a meeting tomorrow night with others who are putting on this meeting. So again, please like and share. Have a great day, have a great week, and I hope to see all of you next Saturday.